Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite chord progressions to play on my octave mandolin. If you're just wanting to learn something, a chord progression that you can play and impress people with, sit around playing it for fun. It's pretty, it sounds lovely on the instrument, and it is used in some songs as well, and you're just getting yourself more familiar with chord shapes and how they move, how they fit together, all of that good stuff. You guys know that I love the octave mandolin, and one of my favorite things about the instrument is the range that it's in. We can have fun playing these types of chord progressions where you hear the bass line descending, which is something that you can't really do on standard mandolin as much, because standard mandolin, it's in the treble range. It's a really high instrument. Nothing wrong with that. But on this instrument, we can hear more of those bassy tones kind of coming out a little bit more, which is really fun to play around with on chord progressions like this one. A lot of these chord shapes are gonna be in my favorite chords for octave mandolin PDF, which is on my website. If you have not downloaded that, then I highly suggest that you head over to my website. Link will be down below in the description. You can grab that, and that way you can see all of these chord shapes. All right, so you've got your octave mandolin. I have mine tuned from lowest string to highest string, G, D, A, E. That's standard octave mandolin tuning. We're gonna talk left hand first. So I'm gonna show you the chords that we're gonna be playing in the left hand, and then we'll talk about the right hand second to that. We are gonna be utilizing as many open strings as we can. This high E string here, I think we're gonna only use one finger on it the whole time. Other than that, it's open. So we're gonna start here on the 7th fret of our G string. This is one of my favorite D chords. It's beautiful, it's open, and it's one finger, just one finger. One finger on the 7th fret of that G string. And this is your open D chord, establishing that we are in the key of D. We're starting on a D chord. After that, what you're gonna do, so we're walking down, so we're coming to the 6th fret. That's our new bass note. I like to use my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the D string. Don't really know why I do that. You could use 2nd finger also, but so we've got the 6th fret on the G string, 7th fret on the D string. That's it. Everything else is open. So that's your next chord. So we've gone from here down to there. Then we're gonna play a B minor chord shape, which means that we're shifting down. Your 1st finger is on a B note. It's on this 4th fret. You're gonna play the same fret, but a string above. So 4th fret on the D string also. Then we're gonna make this a minor chord by adding our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the A string. We're gonna leave our open E string open. The other option here for this B minor chord is just to bar the 4th fret. So you bar with your 1st finger and then play your 2nd finger. That's the other option. I flip back and forth between these. Sometimes I bar, sometimes I don't. So this is your B minor chord, and then we're gonna take it down to an A. So going from B minor to A, what you're gonna do, you're gonna, take off your 3rd finger, but keep your 2nd and 1st finger. You're gonna slide them down 2 frets. This gives you, now our bass note is an A, or 2nd fret of the G string. You could play it just like this and keep those top 2 strings open. That would sound great. Here's what that would sound like. Sounds just fine. If you want to make it, just add that extra level, add the third of the chord, so that would be C sharp in this case. What you're gonna do is you would place your fourth finger on the fourth fret of the A string, and that just adds one extra note to that A chord. Now, because playing second finger, first finger, second finger, and fourth finger is kind of a stretch, most of the time if I'm gonna use this chord, what I'll do is I'll just bar also with my first finger and then fourth finger. It is a bar chord, but it's a little bit easier than trying to reach that. But you can play the open or that. They're very, very similar chords. They're both gonna sound just fine. After the A, we get to everybody's favorite chord, G major, standard, open, G major. Lovely chord. Everybody loves this chord. And this is the one chord that our E string is no longer open. So we have that. And then for the last little, I like to call this the turnaround. So we've walked our bass down. We're here. We've gone as low as we can go, right? And somehow we have to get back up to this D so that we can start the pattern all over again. What we're gonna do to fill that gap, after your G chord, you're gonna slide up. So you're gonna take your first finger on the D string and you're gonna slide up to the fourth fret. So you're sliding from the second fret up to the fourth fret. And you can play your top two strings open, so we're sliding. And this is basically a sort of D chord, except we don't have our D in the bass. We have an F sharp on the bottom. And then you're gonna take that down to the second fret of the D string, and then we can start back over. That leads you right back into that pattern. So here it is again, sliding up, down. Now we're starting back over. Hopefully that makes sense. And sometimes when we're repeating it, this very first chord, you can also play that open with just your top three strings. So sometimes I'll do that also if I'm here, shifting down, then I'll just play open D. And that's basically the equivalent of this chord that we started at, except I'm just playing a simpler version of it. So that's the left hand progression, and I would just practice that. It's beautiful in and of itself, even if you're just strumming downstrokes on all of those chords. I would practice that, practice the changes between these chords. But now let's talk about the right hand. How do we fill the space a little bit, make it sound smooth, make it sound connected, make it sound like it's flowing? There is a pattern that I like to do with my right hand when it comes to playing chord progressions like this. What that pattern is you're playing the bass note on a downstroke, so the bass note of your chord, the lowest note of your chord on a downstroke, and then you've got down, down, up. And that up is always your top string. So down, down, up. And I don't want you to get too in your head about this, too specific. Mainly as long as you get the first down, that needs to be your bass note. But what strings you hit after that aren't super important. The important thing is feeling the rhythm, which would be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's the rolling rhythm we want to have. It doesn't matter what strings you hit because they're all part of the chord. They're all going to sound great, and after you hit one of them, it's going to continue to ring out. So don't be too specific about it. Just try to get the down, down, up, down, down, up. And you can even practice that if you just mute your strings. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So when we add that into this chord progression, we get something like this. Sounds pretty good. It definitely fills it out a little bit more. If you want to continue to add to that, what you can do, I would get that down first, practice the down, down, up, down, down, up, and you're gonna do that for all of those chords. The right hand is staying the same, but once you have done that, you can add one more or a couple more little things to it. You can add, so we have the down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So that would be adding one little extra up there. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So sometimes I add that extra up in there, sometimes I don't. I always keep the down, down, up, down, down, up. That's kind of our foundation for the picking pattern that we're doing, but that extra little up thrown in there, that's optional. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't. And you can also widen your wrist movement a little bit so that sometimes on that very first down, I'm hitting more than just the bass note. Sometimes I might hit the whole chord. So for instance, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So that would be me hitting the full chord on that first downstroke. So you have all of these different options. You can feel it out, see what sounds best, practice all of them. And I mix and match them as I'm playing. So I'm not always doing it the exact same. I'm not always playing the same strings, the same picking pattern. And that's the fun of it. You can take this and you can try different things. Another really fun thing to do is play all of your strings. So in that instance, what I'm doing is I'm just going down, up, down, up, down, up. So walking all of my strings up, G, D, A, E, then back down, A, D. And my picking is just alternating, down, up, down, up, down, up. So, and then you change chords. That's another fun variation that you can do with this chord pattern. So all of the chords in this pattern are the same length, except your G chord is going to be twice as long as all of the other chords. So when you add the strumming to it, if I take that original down, down, up, down, down, up, change, down, down, up, change, down, down, up, down, down, up. We're gonna do that 2 times on the G. So down, down, up, down, down, up, then down, up, down, down, up. So hopefully that makes sense. Have fun playing this. I hope that you're able to learn this chord progression. It is just, there's something relaxing about grabbing your octave mandolin, sitting down, and playing this chord progression. So, as always, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments or questions down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in my next video.